Let's talk about how to leverage your BAH to help your financial wealth.
This is Garrett and Angel with the Decker Group, brokered by Navy to Navy Homes. If you are active duty military, a veteran, or part of a military family, we need to have a serious conversation about BAH, renting, and base housing, because honestly, this is something I wish somebody explained to me when I was a young Marine.
A lot of military families are missing opportunities to build wealth without even realizing it, especially younger service members just trying to survive the next PCS or deployment.
Nobody explained the long-term financial impact or how much equity I could have been building. Instead, I wasted years of BAH that could have been building equity for my family.
And as a military spouse, I can tell you that military families are constantly told, just live on base, just rent, don't worry about buying. But very few people explain the financial side of that decision.
Let's break it down using Jacksonville, Florida numbers. An E5 receives about $1,803 a month in BAH without dependents, and about $2,181 a month with dependents. An O3 receives about $2,211 a month without dependents, and about $2,364 with dependents. That is a lot of money.
That's over $100,000 in 4 years. Now think about that for a second. Where is that money going?
If you rent, you're helping pay someone else's mortgage. And if you live on base, your full BAH is usually gone every month. No ownership, no equity, no return.
Now listen, base housing absolutely makes sense for some families, depending on the situation. That is not about judging. This is not about judging anyone's decision.
But financially, there is a difference. When you buy using your VA loan benefits, your BAH can start building equity instead of disappearing every month.
Because every payment you make toward a home you own is helping build something for your future instead of someone else's. That equity can later help you create financial stability or even become a long-term investment property after a PCS move.
Most military families never realize this until years later. I learned it the hard way. If I could go back and do it over again, I would have bought a home instead of renting.
Because military families already sacrifice enough. Long deployments, moving constantly, starting over every few years, living away from family. If there's an opportunity to create long-term wealth while serving, families deserve to understand it.
One of the biggest myths we hear is, I'm only stationed here for a few years, so buying doesn't make sense. But many military families later rent those homes out or sell with equity they built over time. Meanwhile, renters walk away with nothing after years of payments. Another myth is that you can only use your VA loan one time. That's not true. Many service members can have more than one VA loan if they qualify.
The landlord and base housing office is not there to help you build wealth. They are there to represent their interests. That's why having military-friendly professionals around you matters.
As a Marine Corps veteran, a realtor, and mortgage loan originator, I'm passionate about helping military families understand all of their options before making these decisions, because nobody explained this to me when I was serving, and they should have, because your BAH is one of the most powerful wealth-building tools you have while serving in the military.
And as a military spouse, I know how stressful these decisions can feel for families. But education changes everything. When families understand how VA loans, BAH, and home ownership work together, they can make informed decisions instead of rushed ones.
At the end of the day, your BAH is going to get spent either way. The real question is, are you using it to build your future or someone else's?
When you buy a home using your VA loan, your BAH is no longer just an expense. It becomes an investment. So instead of your money disappearing every month, part of that payment is coming back to you in the form of home ownership and equity growth.
Think about it like this. Renting and base housing are expenses. Buying can be an asset.
If you have questions about VA loans, buying versus renting, or how to use your BAH, reach out to us.
Even if you are not relocating to Florida, we have military-friendly realtors and lender connections all over the country.
And we would be honored to help guide you and your family through the process.
Stop letting your BAH disappear every month with nothing to show for it. Start making it work for your future. Who doesn't love free content, especially if you can save thousands of dollars on your next transaction?
When you think about a real estate expert, think the Decker Group with Navy to Navy Homes.